Ow. Is it live? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Why is this not? Hey. Yeah, this is about to be the strangest live ever. Not a great setup, but you know what? It is what it is. Let me wash my hands real quick again. And possibly grab a towel. Okay. Let's not get the cooked chicken in the shot, huh? That's kind of a lot. An apron? How about an apron? Hey, Patty. I have this apron that is just like impossible to figure out how to put on. But I think I got it. Maybe. Patty, is your name different now? Did it used to just be Patty Crane and now it's Patty L. Crane 5? How's everybody doing? I'm picking chicken. I'm canning chicken. And to can it, I need to pick it. And it's still hot. How is this chicken still hot? I cooked this like 6 hours ago. Hey, Cynthia. Yeah, I needed to, I have all this chicken that I'm almost out of. This is all for the dog. I need to can this chicken because I was, of course, as soon as I get chicken all over my hands, I'm like, my eyeball is itching. I had a bunch of jars and I was like, I don't like empty jars. I need to fill those jars up. And then I bought the chicken and I was like, well, I don't feel like doing that right now. Oh, Patty, that sucks. I was like, I don't feel like doing that right now. But then I was like, wait, if I don't do it today, then I'm not going to be able to do it until Thursday because that's when my garbage comes. So I'm doing this. I was like, I'm not going to just sit here and listen to a book. Let me see what my friends are doing. All right, that looks pretty clean. Ugh. And I have the jankiest setup right now. I have like the my my camera mount like screwed into the kitchen cabinets, and yeah, we definitely having a freak off with this chicken. That P. Diddy stuff is crazy. Yeah, Cynthia, I'm okay. I've been dealing with a lot of I've been dealing with a lot. Um and I don't know. It just I'm at a point in my life now where I'm like, what's next? What else you got that's gonna try to take me out? I'm from Louisiana. New Orleans. Look at that. Look at that bone trying to sneak in and kill my dog. I've been having this sinus infection since, well, this sinus pain since December. I had a sinusplasty in February. Around May, my eyes started hurting. I went to, I think it was about 4 different eye doctors all over the freaking state, it seems. Had a bunch of stuff wrong with my eyes that they got sorted out. My eyes are still hurting from the sinus stuff. Went to, probably went to the emergency room a couple times. I went to urgent care like 4 or 5 times. I've been on and off of steroids for like 3 months, so I basically stopped losing weight. Because I'm on steroids and I'm like, all I want to do is eat everything. Oh wow, that's terrible about the hurricane. I've been watching it, um, watching the stuff online, but I have hurricane PTSD from look at this big piece I threw in. This is a scrap pile back here. I have hurricane PTSD. This is another big piece. Hurricane PTSD from Katrina. But yeah, so I started seeing another doctor, and she's like, "Let's get an MRI." So they got an MRI, and then um, she's like, "We saw something on your brain, so I'm gonna send you to a neurologist because you have white matter, like a 4 millimeter section of something on my brain." Um, so I get the appointment with the neurologist, and that's not until December 13th. So I was like, great, there's something on my brain. I don't know what it is. My eyes still hurt. I still can't breathe. So I'm having another sinusplasty under general anesthesia this time. And I need a nose job. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of that. That's what's going on. A lot of the homesteaders I follow they seem to be like around that North Carolina area. And they've been posting a lot of stuff. It's so weird to see people like that far north, because I know it's like they say it's the South, and I'm like, it's not the South, even though I guess it technically is. Um, but like they're just not equipped to deal with hurricanes like that when we deal with we've already had one of those this year. Um, yeah, but I guess it's because like we're used to it. Oh my god, I'm trying to use my wrist to scratch on my. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, it's a mess. A lot of the homesteaders are like, oh, this happened. They're checking in and showing their farms and their crops and their animals. And I was like, I have enough problems with the hurricane trying to get me and my dog safe. I can't imagine if I got all of these goats and chickens and whatever else people have. I don't know how, y'all. This pot over here, I know you can see it. It's a 16 stock. a 16-quart stock pot. It is, I put it on at like 9. I got it to a boil and then I just turned it off, and it is now 3 and it's still like almost too hot for me to handle. Petty, I had a, I got them a lot because I always have rebound congestion. Is that skin? Okay, yeah. And the first sinus-plasty I got, it worked really good when it worked. But then it stopped working. But I would still tell anybody, if you have like recurrent sinus infections, to try to get a balloon sinus-plasty, because it worked really good. I just think there's something else going on in my nose. Well, it's because I have a deviated septum too. And I've been putting off getting that fixed for the longest time. Yeah. I mean, I get that about like, they say a hurricane's coming and, do this and do that, but unless it happens, it's like you don't really know, especially in the mountains. I can't imagine what it would be like trying to prepare for that in the mountains. I'm 6 feet below sea level and I barely know what to do. Yeah, these are from Walmart. They're called leg fryer quarters. It's like $8 for 10 pounds of chicken. I mean, it's skin and bones and everything, which I don't do anything with that. But did I just look? This is what I keep doing. I have a meat bowl and I have a bone and skin bowl over there, and I keep throwing meat over here. But yeah, this is what business eats because he's very fancy, and it just goes into jars, and I pressure can it, and it goes right on the shelf, and as he needs it, to open a new jar. Yes, I hate, look, like that's disgusting. I hate that. But, I wish I could find meat to eat that was only 80 cents a pound. I've been trying to buy ground meat for like, I don't know, a month now, and every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, I'm not paying that much money for ground meat. He eats the chicken. Oh, wait. Ugh. He'll eat this chicken mixed with his regular dry kibble. And sometimes I'll mix it with his wet food too, but it's not just straight. I mean, he would love it if I just fed him straight chicken, and sometimes I do. Like, sometimes I'm just like, business, I'm tired, he has a bunch of chicken, and he'll eat it, and he's fine with that. But I make him eat, he's got to eat through his kibble to get to the chicken sometimes. I keep like going through here to make sure there's no after the even if there is a bone in here, it pressure cans for 75 minutes. So any bones that come out are just like, they just fall apart. But I still don't like to have bones in his chicken. God, this is so hot. Is there even any? I'm not digging through that anymore. Yeah, he's very picky about him and my mom's dog. They are so picky about what they want to eat. Like, I've tried everything because like I won't pay. I'll go to the grocery store and be like, that's too expensive for ground meat for me to eat. But like, I'm like, oh, this $18 bag of dog food, that's fine for me to buy for the dog. But yeah, he's very, very picky about what he eats. This is not actually my preferred way to like can chicken. I'd rather, because you can either hot pack chicken, like this will be a hot pack because it's already cooked, or you can raw pack it where you just cut up chicken, you stick it in a jar and you can it and it makes its own liquid. And it's so much easier. It's so much cleaner because this is, I'm throwing the chicken in here again. Look at that big old hunks that I'm just throwing in here. You know, it's just raw chicken. You put it in the jar and then you can it. And this, you gotta pick all the chicken and then you gotta put it into the jars and then you have to add water and then everything. Like I had to make sure my sink was empty, my dishwasher's empty because this, it just makes a mess because everything's so greasy. But I mean, the good thing about this is that if I wanted to, I could take all these scraps and turn it into bone broth, but I literally have, I don't know, 50 quarts of bone broth from doing just that. Here, baby. You don't need to go out there. Come on. Eat a piece of chicken. Oh, you don't want it? All right. Suit yourself. I'll feed that to, give me that. Give me that chicken. Give me that. Give me that chicken. Yeah, I've been doing this since I used to buy chicken and like I used to do it and either put it in the freezer for him or put it in the refrigerator. Then I was like, I need space for myself in the refrigerator. So now I just can it and it just, you know, it lasts a couple of years on the in the pantry. It doesn't, I've never had it last that long because I use it, but I mean, I guess if it was some emergency situation, he'd be good for a while. My mom's good. She just got her roof replaced. It was so what? It cost her $3,200 to get. It wasn't even her whole roof. It was a section of her roof that she had to have replaced. It was $3,200. So we went to the bank and withdrew $3,200. And then we went to CVS to pick up one of my prescriptions, and one of my prescriptions was $2,500 for the month. And I was like, you know what, Mom? I mean, I didn't pay that. My insurance paid that. But I was like, you know what, Mom? If I didn't need this medicine to stay alive, we could sell this. I could go off of this medicine for a month, and you could have a free roof. But yeah, she got a new roof. Still at the Walmart. Still trying not to punch people in the face every day. She calls me. She goes in at like, you know, between like 1 and 2. So her lunch is at like 4. Is like 5, between 5 and 6. And she always calls me and I'm like, what's going on at work? And she's like, oh my God, I hate everybody. Let me tell you what happened. And it's always something like totally ridiculous. Like, so these two people got in a fist fight in front of the milk. And I was like, oh, I said, oh, it's always something ridiculous like that. Oh, I'm telling you, every time I go to the grocery store, I was so like, I had a terrible headache yesterday. I still kind of have a headache today. I went to Family Dollar. I don't know what I needed from there that I was willing to leave with a headache that bad. Oh, I needed sinus medicine. So I went there and I was like, you know what? I just want like some crappy comfort food. I was like, I'm just gonna get me some I'm gonna get me some Kraft. My favorite thing is to get like noodles and shells and cheese. You know, like the one that comes with the little cheese packet, and then make tuna casserole with it. So I was like, I have tuna casserole at home. All I got to do is get a thing of shells and cheese. And then the shells and cheese were $4. And I was like, you know what? I'm not paying that. So then instead of just paying the $4 and then coming home and being able to make it, I ended up making macaroni and cheese from scratch, which took, I don't know, 10 times as long as it would have been to just boil a crap from a box. Thank you for eating your chicken, baby. And now you're taking another nap. Good. It's been a while. Yeah, I mean, like the stupid things people try to get away with at Walmart. I'm just like, this, like, we need a podcast. We need something. I told her when she told me about the roof was $3,200, and then I was trying to figure out. I'm almost done getting all my teeth fixed. I have my last appointment. My last appointment before I get like a bunch of new teeth is Tuesday, and I was looking through my insurance trying to figure out how much what my allowance was, like how much. Did I just throw this in here again? How much money I had left on my dental allowance, to see how much I would have to like pay myself. And I was going through and I was looking at my sinus-plasty that I had in February for my nose was $21,000. And I was like, oh my God. I told my mom, I was like, listen, we are clearly in the wrong business. I said, I'm going to go to school to learn how to be an ENT, to give people sinusplasties, and you're going to go to roofing school, and then we're going to have a lot of money, and, we can do what we want. She said, shouldn't you go to roofing school? And I was like, no. I'm not getting on a roof. You can do that. You're 70 years old. You can get on a roof. I can't believe how hot this chicken is. My hands are going to be so moisturized. And she just like her she gives me all the backstage. Is it backstage background? Anyway, all the Walmart, like they're doing this and they're doing that. So she's a manager, so she gets paid more than an associate would, and that's not like, oh, she's better, blah blah blah. It's not like that. It's not like, oh, my mom makes more money than you, blah, blah, blah. But she makes more money because she's a manager, because she has to do manager things. So they're paying her more than they would just an associate who's like a stalker, whatever. That's how things work. And they had her for like a week and a half, like processing in the back room, like taking boxes. She wasn't taking them off the truck, but she was like, processing them and emptying them out. And I was like, why is Walmart paying you a manager's salary to do something that takes not no skill, but why are they paying you something that they should be paying someone who's making minimum wage to do that? She's like, I don't know. She said, but I don't have to deal with anybody, so I'm fine with it. And I was like, really? But that is a backwards company. But I guess that's any big company. It's just, y'all know how I am about like efficiency stuff, and I'm just like, that is so inefficient to do that. Like, why are you going to have somebody who needs to manage a bunch of other people in the back working by herself? Who's managing all the people who need to be managed when she's unloading a truck? See, I go through all of this trouble for this dog, and then sometimes I'll make him a plate of chicken, and he'll be like, I don't really feel like eating that. And I'm like, you know what? It's going to stay right there until you eat it, though. Because I didn't go through all of this for you to decide not to eat. I bought him they had Squishmallows on sale at Walmart for like $5, and I bought him this giant octopus. And half the time he ignores it. Well, most of the time he ignores it. But then sometimes he lays on it to take a nap. And then sometimes he'll just start playing with it and like trying to throw it. I'm like, that thing is 3 times the size of you. What are you doing? But he like plays with it and tries to throw it around. So it's like a bed, but also like furniture. It's furniture, but also like a toy. Oh, and I got a new air conditioner. Ever since, I mean, I've been in this house 15 years. Ever since I moved in, every time the air would pop on. Every time the air would kick on, it would kick on, and then the compressor outside would like start and then stop, and then start and then stop. Like it would never just run until it kicked off based on the temperature. Like it would just kick on and off and on and off. Hey, Emma. So my landlord was over here one day doing something. I was like, and he's like, what's wrong? We kind of got talking about it. And he's like, let me get somebody over here. So somebody came over here. And he's like, yeah, you need a new air conditioner. And I was like, oh, my landlord, like, what are we going to do then? And my landlord called me later that day. He's like, are you going to be home Friday? We're going to come put in a whole new air conditioning unit. And I was like, what you mean? He's like, inside and outside. And I was like, oh, so it was like 9 hours in the middle of August. No air conditioning all day. It was a mess, but now my air is so cold that I am having trouble like regulating it. I like watching those junk journaling videos. Like I'll see somebody every now and then. And I'm like, what are they doing? And then I watch it. I'm like, well, this is interesting, but I definitely do not need another hobby. Again, I am throwing good chicken in the scrap pile. Am I? Eh. You having a lot of problems today, huh, business? I'm good, Emma. We just, making dog food. I know, I miss you guys. The other day I told my mom, I was like, I've got to clean off this table. The only reason I'm not posting videos right now is because my table's a mess. And every time I try to clean it, I get it clean for like 10 minutes and I turn around and there's just crap everywhere again. And I'm like, well, wasn't meant to be. Oh my God. Okay, now I'm like reaching into molten hot, like liquid chicken fat. Come on. Oh. And I usually do this. I have a pressure canner, an electric pressure canner, and I usually cook the chicken in there. But when I cook it in there, it gets like so broken down that it like falls apart as soon as you touch it. So I did it on the stove today, and I think it's working out a little bit better. But I mean, because it's not like just completely falling apart. Oh no, well, it's where I do my mom's nails, and I do my mom's nails like every 2 weeks. So, like I have to do her nails not this week, but next week. So it's like if I have to do her nails on a Tuesday, then on Sunday I'm like, well, I'm not going to clean it because I'm just going to mess it up again on Tuesday. And then, on Wednesday, I'm like, well, I probably should clean it because now it's 2 weeks, but then I don't do it. And then on Friday, I'm like, all right, well, let me clean it. And then I clean it and then I do something else and then it gets all messed up again. And I'm just like, It's just like doing the nail stuff makes it difficult because there's so many little bitty things. You know, it's not like I can just pick up a wreath and move it out of the way. One of the guys who was over here, you know, my whole house is covered in wreaths, and the guys who was over here doing the air conditioning, I have them bunch in the hallway, and that's where they had to get into the attic. And he's like, you like make wreaths or something? And I was like, no, I just have 400 of them in my house for the hell of it. And then he was asking me like how much they were, and I was like, seriously, like $10 at this point. I just want them out of my house. But he said he was looking for one for his daughter, and I don't know if y'all remember. This was a while ago. I did that Pottery Barn dupe wreath. The Pottery Barn wreath was like $250, which is ridiculous. And I think I remade it for like $10 from Dollar Tree flowers and some spray paint. And he was leaving one day, and that one was in my laundry room because I never, like, it wasn't a wreath that I was going to sell. And I was like, hey, you want that one? He's like, oh, I really like that one. How much is it? I was like, you can take it. And he's like, no, really? I was like, yeah, just take it. Like, literally, anything you want, just take them. Take 3 or 4 of them. I don't care at this point. I just want them out of my house. But I was looking at like all the grapevine wreaths I have, and I was like, I need to do a craft show and just go there and be like, hey, wreaths, $20. Like, because they didn't take me $20 to make. Like deco mesh wreaths, that's different. But like wreaths that just have a couple of, why do I think this is chicken? It's just like, is this pot chicken? I don't know. You know, things that have like embellishments and a bunch of ribbon and stuff. Like, I can't sell that for $20, but like grapevine wreaths, just be like, hey, $20, have at it, take them, take as many as you want. Two for $45. Well, I don't have stock in baby oil companies, so I'm gonna have to use chicken grease when I have my P Diddy party. That is so like every time I read something else about P Diddy, I'm just like, what? Like, it doesn't surprise me, but at the same time, I'm like, what? Like, very little about celebrities. Um, Very little about what, you know, like celebrities. Like, it never like surprises me when I hear something crazy. Cause I'm like, yeah, if I had a bunch of money, I'd probably be crazy too. Yeah, there's like a huge craft show. It's not around me. It's like it's in like Kenner, which is still pretty close, but oh man, can you imagine me trying to deal with people? But also, every time I say like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with people," and then I'm like, "Well, if I sell wreaths for $25 and then I sell 4 of them, that's $100, and then maybe that's worth dealing with people for." Have y'all ever gotten these giant bags of chicken from Walmart? Like, I'm way too particular about chicken to like eat this. But I guess if you were, well, I don't like chicken on bones. I don't like chicken skin. Like, I'm just like, give me the white meat, breast, no skin, no bone. But I mean, $8 for 10 pounds seems like a pretty good deal. It probably used to be $4, but whatever. I got an iPad. When did I get an iPad? Oh no. Amazon was like, hey, if you sign up for a Visa, we'll like give you some money off an iPad. So I got an iPad and I used it so much, and then I don't know why I stopped using it. I think I needed it for like Procreate and like Nomad Sculpt. And then once I was done using it, I don't use it as much as I should. But I'm also like, I'm like a laptop person. Like I want a laptop, or I want to be on my desktop. I don't want to like work on an iPad. Even though my iPad's probably in better shape than my laptop and my desktop. Oh, see, the chicken that was closer to the bottom of the pot is like falling apart more. Yeah, like this whole leg just popped off. You ever see that guy? He's like he does like keto. It's like keto. I think it's all air. Every time I've seen him, he's doing something in an air fryer. I always see it on Instagram because I don't. I mean, he might be on TikTok and stuff, but I don't. I can't handle people. Every time I go on TikTok, somebody starts screaming at me. And I'm like, wait, what are you trying to sell me a pair of shoes? Why are you screaming at me? What did I do wrong? Um, but he's always like, oh, mix this with this and then air fried and then you'll get this. And everything always looks so good. So the other day, I see crab rangoon, air fryer, low carb crab rangoon. And it's basically just cream cheese, crab meat, green onions, rolled into a ball. He coated it with Parmesan cheese, and I was like, no, I'm not eating Parmesan cheese with crab meat and cream cheese. So I did mine with panko, and I was like, oh, they came out, they looked so good, they smelled so good, and then I was like, and then I bit into it, and I was like, this is a hunk of warm cream cheese. And now I'm very suspicious about all the other recipes. But also, like, if it's supposed to be like keto, there's not a lot of carbs in crab rangoon. Like it's just a wonton. Like how low carb do you need to be? He says as he shreds 20 pounds of chicken. Oh my god, am I almost done with this? Has this really been 40 minutes of me doing this? Ugh. You know, business that dogs that they just have to eat kibble. They don't get to have nice chicken. Oh, I should have made coffee before. Not that I could eat it, but not that I could drink it. But I guess I could have put a straw in it. I bought this giant, this enormous. I think it's a 30-ounce coffee mug. And my mom was like, "Why do you need that?" I said, "Because my Keurig makes 10 ounces of coffee at a time. Like the biggest setting is 10 ounces." I said it makes 10 ounces of coffee at a time. I said, I'm tired of sitting there, I drink one cup while I'm making breakfast. I don't have to make another cup before I sit down to actually eat breakfast. I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to make 2 cups in 1 cup and then just go from there. So now I have this enormous Christmas, I think it says naughty is the new nice. I got it from Big Lots. It's huge. And when I'm sitting, like I had it and I was, drinking it while I was fixing my breakfast and like, drinking it while I was eating my breakfast. And then I went to go lay down and I still had some coffee and I took it with me. It was on like my nightstand. I went to go lift it up and I was like, oh my God, this is so heavy. I can't drink this. So I'm like trying to recline in bed. He's good. He got some kind of skin stuff going on. I don't know. I think it's just like, there's so much crap in the air right now. His skin is he's got like little I don't know, they're not like blisters. Like when I took him to the vet, she's like, oh yeah, he probably just needs this, and she gave him like a cyto point shot to help him like quit picking. So he's not picking as much, but he's still got like, I don't know, like when I pet a dog, I don't want to feel that there's like stuff on his skin. He feels like he's got like little bumps and stuff. And he don't want you to touch him, but when you give him a bath, he's like he like goes into nirvana when you like scrubbing his back to get all the stuff off. Like, should chicken legs be this big? Look how big that leg is. Yeah, I think it is allergies because my mom's like, give him Benadryl, and I was like, I hate giving the dog any kind of pills. Like Benadryl's not so bad because I can usually put that in something, but like when he's gonna take his flea and tick stuff, it's like it's like a whole thing, and I don't like him like being lethargic. So I try to do, when I give him like Benadryl, I try to do it at night. But then all the next day, I'm like, is he lethargic? And my mom's like, he's a dog. All he does is sleep. And I'm like, yeah, but is he sleeping more than usual? Come over and check. I'm like, can you leave your house and come over to my house and check and see if he's more lethargic than usual? I need to take him back to the vet and be like, hey, listen, this is what's happening. It hasn't really gotten any better. Can we... like, what else do we do? Do I just give him Benadryl? Like, tell me what's going on. But I've had so many things come up where I'm like, I had to go get my MRI, and like I went there and she's like, okay, it's $58. And I was like, what do you mean it's $58? She's like, you have to pay $58. And I was like, oh, I don't really pay for things. Like, I don't do that. So like that came out, not that $58 is a lot of money, but y'all know my budget is like, everything is budgeted for. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna call and get him an appointment and get him in there. As much as he hates going to the vet. I don't even think he hates... Oh my God, this one's even bigger. This looks like a turkey leg. Come on, why is that so big? I don't even think it's that he dislikes going to the vet. It's that I'm like, oh my God, something terrible is going to happen. They're going to find something wrong with him. And my mom's like, he's getting his nails cut. They're not going to find anything wrong with him while he's just getting his nails cut. And they have this candle, you know, I don't know if they have that at, I mean, I've seen it at most of the vets I've gone to. It's like, if this candle is lit, someone is saying goodbye to their pet. And every time I'm in there, that damn candle's lit. And I'm just like, oh my God, the last time I was in there, the candle was lit. There was a woman, like wailing in the back. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I shouldn't have to take a Valium to go bring my dog to get his nails cut. Emma, aren't you in Ireland? Are you my Ireland friend? Do they sell giant mutant chickens? Like, I mean, that was a leg, so you can imagine how big the whole chicken is. Do they sell chicken like that, or do y'all have like outside of the U.S. Are there more like, you know, like standards for like not injecting chickens full of steroids to make them this big? Like, I mean, when you go buy a chicken at the store, is it like a normal sized chicken? It doesn't look like a turkey. You should see our turkeys. Maybe they threw a turkey one in there. I mean, it's just a giant. It's literally a giant bag of legs and thighs. Food is so weird. Like you can get a rotisserie chicken at Walmart for cheaper than you can get a raw chicken. You know, like just a chicken to bake. So like, why am I gonna buy why am I gonna buy a chicken that I then have to go home and cook when I can just buy a rotisserie chicken that's pretty good? I don't understand how it's cheaper to buy it already cooked and ready to go. Where all you have to do is take it home and open it. Oh my God, there's still like 5 more pieces in here. One of my Winn-Dixie. I don't know if any of y'all have those where y'all at. Probably in the Carolinas, I still have Winn-Dixie. They do like 99 cents a pound turkeys around Thanksgiving, but you can only get one per like reward card you have. So last year I went and I did my number, I did my mom's number, I did like my sister's number, I did Michelle's number. I had so many turkeys. So that's what business eats around, you know, when they start putting the 99-cent turkeys out. That's what he eats during the holidays. And that's why most of my, you know, I have so much stock canned, and most of it's turkey stock, because I would take that whole turkey and put it in my giant pressure cooker. You know, I think my pressure cooker is like 28 quarts. It's huge. My pressure canner. Just like shove a whole turkey in there and then cook it, pick it, put the bones back in there, and then cook it some more until I got like bone broth. I mean, look how moisturized I am. Come on, Jergens. So this was 20 pounds of chicken. I wonder how much actual chicken meat I'm going to get. I have a scale, but I can't be bothered. Yeah, I feel like every time I watch like whether it's like a YouTube channel of somebody in Europe, like their food just looks more real. Speaking of real food, I was looking for some blue masa harina because I'm so bougie now that I have to make my own tortillas. Also, tortillas, not easy. I don't know. I told my mom, she works with a bunch of people who are from Mexico. She works with Mexicans. I'm like trying to say that politically correct, and I'm like, oh, they're Mexicans from Mexico, so that's what they are. And I'm like, can I come and talk to your people you work with because this I don't think this is supposed to be as hard as it is for me. But I went to Whole Foods because I needed blue masa harina, and it was like some ridiculous price if I would have gotten it from Amazon. But then Whole Foods was like, we can deliver it through Amazon. And I was like, okay. And they're like, yeah, but we're going to charge you like $10 to ship it. And I was like, it's like 20 minutes from my house. I'm not having something shipped that I can drive 20 minutes to go get. So I went to Whole Foods, this giant one we have in Metairie. And it was like, I walked in and I was like, oh my God, everything is so pretty. Like all the meat was so pretty. Like I'm just used to Walmart where I tried to get zucchini today because I'm in between. Oh my God, I think I'm done. No, damn it. There's another ham hock in here. I'm in between zucchini, like rounds of having zucchini ready. So I wanted to get some zucchini today to make zucchini bread because I have, what do I have? I have my dentist on Wednesday, and then I have my my diabetes doctor on Thursday, and I was gonna make zucchini bread. So I was like, let me just get it, and I'll just I'll get the zucchini. I'll get it all shredded up because I like to have zucchini in the freezer for when I want to make zucchini bread. And I just finished it last week. Walmart had two zucchinis. They both looked like they were from about April 2023, and that somebody had kicked them from the field onto the aisles at Walmart. And I was like, well, okay. I don't know how y'all don't have zucchini. But like in Whole Foods, everything was so nice. I was just like, oh, I wish I was. And like everybody says Whole Foods is so expensive, and I guess it is if you're buying like meat. But it's just like everything was so nice. I mean, the masa harina was only like I think it was like $6. And I didn't realize I could pay for it with my Amazon credit card. So I was like, all right, I would have got more stuff if I known I could charge it. Yeah, that's what I told my mom. I was like, listen, I am not, I am not Mexican enough. Which I mean, I said, see, I did that again. That's a huge. I'm gonna have to dig through that pile of bones to get the rest of the chicken that I keep throwing over there. Like you would think, being so close to Mexico, and we have such a huge like Hispanic population down here, that I would at least. And it's not that it's difficult. It's just like I don't know how, like you hear about these people, like they have a party and they make like hundreds of tortillas at a time. And I'm like, hundreds of tortillas, I would have to rent like a beach house somewhere, invite my entire family, everybody I know, and we would all have to work 24 hours a day to make that many tortillas. Not just something we do in an afternoon. And I can't get them to puff up, and it's just, y'all know I don't like not being great at something. All right, I'm reaching into this pot. If I pull out another giant piece of chicken, I'm going to be very upset about it. Oh my God, obsessed with Agatha all along. Mostly because I still have to wait another week for Heartstopper to come out. So I was like, all right, I'll have like 3 weeks of Joe Locke content before Heartstopper season 3 comes out. But it's just like, it's so good. Oh, look, I'm not done. Like the first episode, I was just like, what is you know, because it's like when you get into it, you're like, what is going on? I mean, I hate Joe Locke's American accent. Um, but I really like Catherine Hahn. I like Patty LuPone. Yeah, I mean, so far I'm like, you know, people are gonna like. I saw a bunch of stuff before it even came out about people were like, oh, it's not any good, and I was like, is it that? I mean, like, I'm not like I used to watch a lot of Marvel stuff. Um, I used to watch a lot of Marvel stuff, and then I was just like, you know, it just got like so you needed to watch this to know that there's a multiverse in this, and I was like, I don't feel like dealing with all of that. But like, I really like Elizabeth Olsen. So you know, like, I like all the Scarlet Witch stuff. Okay. I am so tempted to get my thermometer and stick it in that pot and see how hot that water is. Yeah, I think we just got episode 3 like Thursday whenever it comes out. I think it's Wednesday night or like Thursday or something. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick, y'all. Talk amongst yourself about chicken. Oh, my hands like when your hands get pruny from picking chicken, like maybe you've picked too much chicken. All right, I'm gonna move this. Do y'all see how big this stock pot is over here? I'm trying not to expose my whole disgusting kitchen. Well, my kitchen's not disgusting. Oh my god, y'all. Oh my god. Wait, let me tell you a story. Oh. All right, business. Your octopus squishmallow's in the way. I almost tripped over it by holding this giant thing of chicken fat. Look at that. That's just from boiling chicken too. Let's how about that? There we go. And then how about get rid of this? Okay. Can you tell which burners I never use? Those are all clean. So I started following this. I don't want to say her name because I'm like, ugh. I started following this YouTuber who has, I don't know, 100 kids. But all the homestead people have like way, 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 way over the average number of kids. And she's like, she does a lot of canning and she does a lot of gardening. When I tell you this is the most disgusting house and kitchen I've ever seen in my life. Like I was watching it and I was just like, she feeds her children from this kitchen, like, not just like, you know, I need to clean my stove. There's some crap on my stove. I need to clean my stove. But like just grease. Like you can see like a buildup of like grease and stuff on the walls. There's fly strips covered with flies all hanging from the ceiling. I was just like, I haven't subscribed to her because I can't do it. But every time I see one of her videos come up, I have to watch it. But it's like slowing down when you see the car crash. Like, you know it's not going to be good. You know you shouldn't look, but then you do. Oh man, it's so disgusting. It's so like she was like, we're canning applesauce, and she had all these apples that were like covered in bug holes, like just like half brown, you know. And she's got all these kids, and the thing that pisses me off so much, which to each their own, but I think she's got 14 kids, and in every video all the girls are in the kitchen doing whatever, doing all of this cooking. You know, she's telling them, go, you know, go do this, go. Is this jar, I mean, this jar is clean, but of course it's got something in the bottom of it. Go do this, go do that. Like it's all these girls. They're constantly doing all kinds of nonsense in the kitchen. And she's got boys, but you never see them. So if your girls are in the kitchen, where are the boys at? You know, where are the boys while, oh, here's some more jars. Where are the boys at while these girls are in here making 78 quarts of applesauce at a time? And she's like, you know, people think I'm using my children as slave labor, but they're learning, you know, valuable life skills that'll help them later on in life. And I was telling my mom, I was like, I understand, like, these are skills that not everybody needs to have. Like, does a girl growing up today need to know how to can chicken? No, but it's good to know in case a situation arises where that's something you have to do. But at the same time, in 2024, should we not be teaching our young daughters to aspire to more than cooking and cleaning? Like, some women, they want to be wives and mothers. I get that, but should we not tell them that there's something else? Like, you don't have to just do that. You can have a family and a career. Like, it's just, you know, she justifies everything by saying, well, they're learning life skills. They're learning life skills. And I'm just like, they're learning how to be, like, how to stay in a kitchen for the rest of their lives. Oh man, I actually thought I was going to find my canning funnel on the first go. Like, if they grow up and that's what they want to do, more power to them. Like, you should, especially women, you should be able to do whatever you want when you grow up. You know, you want to get married and have 15 kids. You want to get a job and not have any children. Oh no, they're homeschooled. Of course they're homeschooled. All these people are homeschooled. Yeah, like, you know, she's saying, like, these are skills that my girls are going to need. And I'm like, what if your sons marry not women, first of all, or they marry women who don't want to cook all day? Who's going to cook the food? It's just it's very, it's strange to me. It's borderline, just like, it kind of icks me out. And then she says, you know, she's old. She's like, not old. She's old to be having children. And she was pregnant. She just had the baby. The baby has all these developmental. It's going to have all these problems for the rest of its life. But, you know, she says that's what God chose for her, and I understand that. But she's almost 50, so by the time the child's 30, she's not going to be able to care for this child full time, you would assume. That at 80 years old, you're not going to be able to care for a severely developmentally disabled child. Did you have this discussion with your children who are going to have to take care of this child once you're not there anymore? It's just, not that it upsets me, and it doesn't piss me off. I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, her house is a mess. Maybe she knows where her canning funnel is, because God knows I don't know where mine is. It's just a lot. Like, just watching it, I'm just like, this is a real person. Like, this is a real person. And maybe my mom was like, well, maybe the boys are outside dealing with the animals and the animals in the garden and stuff. And I'm like, maybe they're sitting in the next room playing PlayStation. I don't know. All right, I've looked in my dishwasher like 4 times, and I'm doing it again, even though I know the canning funnel is not in there. I don't know why I don't just buy another canning funnel, because I can never find it when I need it. Oh, of course, it's right here. It's right next to my very expensive organic masa harina. I burnt my hand. Can you see that on my finger? Maybe. I burnt my finger this morning. This pinky will not close all the way. I got a lot of things going on. And like I think it's fine. Like when I was a kid, if my mom was, like in the kitchen, like I wanted to be in there helping her. But there was also times where I wanted to do other things. Oh, but the thing she was saying about she was going in the hospital to have the baby, that they knew we were going to have all these, issues, which it's got nothing to do with that. But she was like, yeah, we have, she went to like Costco and she's like, we got some diapers for the older children who are going to have to take care of the younger children. And I was like, your older children are going to have to change. And it's not like a baby. It's not like she's got like older, younger children who are still in diapers. And I was like, let me tell you, if that was something I did not sign up for, whew. If my mom ever would have been like, hey, I need to go do this, and you're gonna have to change diapers, I would have been like, what we're not gonna do is that. And maybe that's because I'm the young, like I was the youngest, but I just like this family. So strange. Just very, I don't know. But I guess it's okay to like expose yourself to like different ways of life. Not that it needs to be like okay one way or other. Just like it's interesting, but it's not interesting in the way as like, oh, like let me watch an Amish person and how they live their life, like, because this is just like so far beyond what you would think would be any semblance of normalcy. It's very, very weird. Yeah, the whole potty, like the whole diaper thing, I was like, I get the kids, like the older kids, like helping out, like, oh, this, make sure this one brushes his teeth, make sure you read him a story before bed because we're going to be in the that's the thing. She said she's like going to be in the hospital for like 2 months while the baby is like, because she still doesn't know if the baby's going to be okay. But she's like, we're trying to find a rental for like 2 months so, we can live there. And I'm just like, what is going on? I think that's what she was saying about the diapers. Like she bought diapers because that would be easier than the cloth diapers for the cool teenagers who are going to have to be changing diapers on a Friday night. But I also shouldn't be judging people. Everybody's got their own thing. I was watching like the like a lot of the homestead people, they all homeschool, which I don't know if I would do that, just because I'd be like, hey, you need to leave me alone for a while. Like that's what every time because when I do my mom's nails on Tuesday, we always just like watch YouTube. And like she's like, I can't believe these people just like spend all day, all the time with these children, and like, they get them up in the morning, they all do chores together, and then they homeschool them. She's like, I needed a break, and I was like, I feel the same way. But then at the same time, I'm watching, and I was saying the other day, I was just like, I don't recall. Maybe not in elementary school, but like when I was in high school, I can honestly say right now that I have not ever used anything I learned in high school. Because, my big thing when I was in high school was, well, you need to learn how to do this math because it's not like you're going to walk around with a calculator in your pocket. Well, guess what? I walk around with a supercomputer in my pocket all day long. Like, and I don't, like, we used to, when I was in, like, middle school, it was like, you have to memorize we had a teacher who was like, and I'm just like looking back, why did I not realize this as a kid? Like she was like, you need to know the presidents, the vice presidents, their political parties, You need to know all the states and all the capitals. And I was like, why do we ever need to know that? You know, like why? Why? Why do I need to know what the capital of California is? I don't live there. I'm not going to live there. So when I see things like that, I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to do some quartz, y'all, because do I have more? I know I have more jars somewhere. I'm just like, do I feel like looking for more jars? And do I feel like canning multiple sessions? I didn't like school because I didn't understand why. I mean, it's probably still now. I didn't understand why I was ever going to need to know the stuff I was being taught. You know, like, let me tell you. You know how many times I've used chemistry in my life since high school? None. You know how many times maybe math I used a lot when I was quilting. But all the it's just it seems like even before I had a smartphone, I got frustrated because I didn't understand. I still don't understand why I need to know half the stuff they try to teach me. Really? I know I'm not out of jars. I might be out of quart. I don't keep a lot of pint jars. No, I haven't done any mosaic crochet. What is that? I know what it is, but I don't know it like off the top. It's just like if I saw it, I would probably know what it is. But I subscribe to a bunch of YouTube channels and I always see it, but I haven't been crocheting because my hands are always so messed up. Y'all hold on one second. I'm gonna go for a jar hunt. One jar. Got one jar. Yes, like practical stuff. Like I understand. Like I took business math when I was a freshman, and you know that was the stuff we learned, like budgets and um, budgets and like you know writing a check and balancing a checkbook, but geometry, no. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can do 5 at a time. So ideally, I'd like to have 2 more jars. And I can probably pack these down a little bit more, but I don't really want to because it's not an expensive. I mean, I guess it depends on most people who are crocheting are not using like super expensive yarns because I feel like crochet as opposed to knitting, like crochet is more of a utilitarian thing. Like I'm making a blanket because I need to stay warm, whereas knitting is like I'm making a blanket because I want something beautiful. And even if like even more like most of the people I see are not crocheting with wool. I've never crocheted with wool only because I live in Louisiana. When do I ever need anything that's wool? But like hooks cost nothing. I mean, you could get started with crocheting for what do you say, like under $10 probably to make a project. And I don't think it's hard to learn, but it is very. You need to find. I always say this, like I know I said it in a video when I was like making a bow or something. If I'm showing you how to make a bow, and you don't understand it, like you don't you're not following, you need to find the person who can teach to your style of learning. So it took me, I was trying to crochet for years. Like even before YouTube, I had a bunch of books and I was like, I don't get it. Like you're saying go into this chain, that's this many from the hook, but I don't understand the anatomy of the chain. I don't understand where I'm supposed to be going. But once I found somebody who taught in a way that I understood, then I was like, oh, I get it. And then I was crocheting all the time. And crocheting, like, I don't know, 150,000 times easier than knitting. This is a half pint. I have a bunch of half pint jars. I just don't have any more pint jars that I can see right now. If you wanted to get into it, I think her name's Joanna Martinez on YouTube. And Joanna Martinez, there's another, she doesn't like, so Joanna Martinez, what is the other one's name? There's two that I really like that, but I mean, Joanna Martinez like really helped. And then Hey Carrie, if you want like, after you learn how to crochet and you're like, okay, I want to like make something beyond a blanket. She has like a bunch of like very easy to follow like cardigan patterns. Right, you know what? I didn't want to have to do it, but I guess I'm gonna have to use some wide mouth pints. Then what did I just bought a bunch of pint jars and I guess I filled them all up. I'm trying to figure it. There's one of them that I really, oh, it's Hey Robin. Is it Hey Robin? Just type in Robin crochet. She'll probably be one of the first things that comes up. Joanna Martinez. I think one of them was maybe it was Joanna Martinez. She was teaching like when she first started. She was teaching like UK terms. Which it's still the same. You still do the same thing. They're just the UK terms and the US terms are different, so it's hard for her to say do this and then you're like, okay, well then I have to translate that into my head. It's hard to learn like that, but I think she started doing mostly US terms. Probably because she had more viewers from the US and was like, all right, well, instead of me trying to change other people, let me change for other people. I wish y'all were here right now to see how many times I've opened this cabinet looking for more jars. Oh, like, what is it called? Arumagiri? I can't do that because you always have to use like a smaller, you have to use a smaller hook for the size of yarn you're using because they're supposed to be tight so you can stuff them. And my hands just won't allow that. But, yeah, there's a lot of channels of people who are like very good teachers. Don't I have a crochet tutorial? Definitely don't try to learn from me because I still sometimes barely know what I'm doing. I don't think this is a piece of, yeah, that's like a piece of cartilage or something. I did a I made my mom a. It was just like one giant granny square, where I just did alternating colors of variegated yarn with solid colors. I mean, that's like a granny square is like the easiest thing you could start out with, I think, at least. All right, I don't have another jar. I'm just gonna put this what's left over in the refrigerator for him, and he can eat this the next couple of days. And I've been wanting to sew so much, but I have like no room to like lay out patterns. I just need to move. I need to move to a house that has like a lot more room, or I need to throw away everything I own. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if I decide to throw away everything I own. Okay, we're washing the hands again. If you got one of those little cheap, especially if you're just like sewing the straight stitch or like a zigzag with paper, you can get one of those little cheap. Where did I just? Oh, they had them in the clearance section at Walmart, because I have a really nice a really nice Bernina sewing machine that it has been needing to be serviced, but there was no people, nowhere to service it around here forever. And then I found one, and I was like, I need to get it serviced, and that was like 4 years ago, and I still haven't done it. But I was looking at my the clearance aisle at Walmart this morning, and I was like, oh, they have like it's like a $85, $75 little sewing machine, and I was like, that's all I need, because I bought a fancy sewing machine thinking I needed all the fancy stitches, and all I ever used was a straight stitch and a zigzag, and I barely use a zigzag. Does anybody have these glass meal prep containers? Life changing. Just saying. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's still 2 rounds I'm gonna have to do, which I don't want to do, but whatever. I'm gonna give each jar a tiny, tiny pinch of salt. Oh, I have the ones, you like, where I know I have one around. Oh, no, I probably don't, because I got rid of them once I started buying the glass ones. I was buying the plastic ones from Walmart, like, the mainstays ones. That's like 5 in a pack. It's like $4. But if you put them in the freezer and then you try to open them, they break in half, like, because they're frozen. So I was like, okay, like, these are like, the glass ones are like $40 for a set, but I'm never gonna have to replace them, probably. I mean, I had a couple lids of the glass ones that have cracked, but Yeah, I like them. I want to get another set just because I have I have stuff that I've oh, it's terrible. Like when you have the plastic ones and you like put like spaghetti saucer in it, sauce or something in it, and you wash it and you know it's not dirty, but it's stained and it just looks dirty. This one is that one's really low, but I think it'll be okay. You hear them bubbling? I don't know if I'm gonna be. I'm out. I like like every year I like go completely buck wild for Christmas, and this year I told my mom I was like I don't think I'm doing like a lot of Christmas stuff this year because I've been so I've been so miserable with being sick for the past couple months that I'm just like I'm too tired to do anything. I have a Halloween project I want to make a video on, but I don't know. I gotta get that table clean first. But I'll probably do something. That one definitely has enough. I mean, it'd probably go down after I debubble it, but I'm just making videos. I don't know if it's that I miss making them. I just miss like, posting them and then like, catching up with people in the comments and seeing what other people are doing and I follow one person on YouTube that makes. She doesn't make. It's a homestead person. She is so completely inept at everything she does, and yet she has 700,000 followers and gets roughly 100,000 views per video, and it's very hard for me to sit down and say, all right, I'm going to take a couple hours to film this, and then a couple more hours to edit it, and then go through the trouble of like making a thumbnail and uploading it and. Like I feel like other people have ruined um other youth not like viewers, like other YouTubers have ruined it for me because I'm just like it just makes me feel like I shouldn't be doing it, Also, you shouldn't be doing this with a metal thing, but I am. Because damn good and well I don't know where my plastic debubbler is. See how much the water went down after I debubbled? Like, I definitely think the wreath videos are done just because I actually packed up all my deco mesh. I put it in boxes and I was just like, this is taking up too much space, and I could put other stuff in the space it's taking up. So I put it in boxes and just like shoved it in the corner. Like, I'm not interested at all in making wreath videos. Oh, well, at least this time everybody seems to already have Christmas out. Remember when it was? Remember in 2020 when you were like you would go to like get Christmas stuff and that was like nothing. They'd be like, "Here's an ornament." I thought it was like an all over thing. I remember seeing something like that. When you know those homestead channels, they love to like just catastrophize everything, and they're like, the election's coming, people are going to be roaming the streets shooting all the people in the head, and I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know if that's going to happen. And then, you know, oh, this is happening, and there's not you're not going to be able to get food, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess. Like, it's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I'm like the most pessimistic person I know, but even I have a better attitude than those people. I wanted to do shorts of me, like, because all I'm really doing that brings me any kind of joy is like working on nails, like doing shorts on nails. You know, just like this is how you paint a nail. Like, this is how you make a nail look like this. But like, do I really want to get into learning how to do a short? Like, I don't know. And especially like I used to be like, oh no, I don't want. I think it pissed me off that so many people on YouTube were making YouTube videos, and then once they realized that they could make a shorter video that took less time and they could make the same amount of money, they all left and went to TikTok and Instagram. And now that the Instagram and TikTok bubble has burst, they're all back on YouTube, and their channels are like dead now because the algorithm is like, you haven't uploaded in 4 years. So like I'm like hesitant to like want to do short form content, and I never watched it, but then I started taking baths because of my back. Like I would take like a long luxurious, you know, like hour and a half bath. And I would just like listen to an audiobook and just scroll through Instagram like nonstop, just watching videos with no sound on. I need some vinegar. I think that needs a little. Is there a little bit more water in there? Yeah, that one definitely needed some more. This one might too. I think I'm gonna have to wipe these twice because they are very greasy. I like wide mouth jars, but I never have wide mouth lids. Do these all have? Oh, that one's a little high, but I'll risk it for a biscuit. All I really want to do when it comes to YouTube is I'd like to just start making gardening videos. Which I can't do now because I'd take y'all out in my backyard and you'd be like, wait, where do you, um, where do you do anything at? Because my backyard is like, you know, the size of a postage stamp. And I can't grow anything because I don't have enough sun. But I want to move to somewhere in the middle of nowhere with lots of land so I can grow food and have chickens and then eat chicken eggs and get a bunch of donkeys and have 14 kids that I make raise the rest of my kids. You know, just stuff like that. Just have like 14 children for the hell of it. All right, y'all hold on a second. I gotta open the, what is this thing called? There's my mop. Oh crap, there's stuff in the freaking ugh. I got cast iron in the whatever that thing is. Microwave. Burnt the crap out of myself on this one this morning. There we go. All right, I need this on for like 2 minutes. Oh my God, if that woman adopted me, I'd be like, all right, Mom, listen, these are the things that are going to change immediately. First of all, bring me all the Windex you own. Does anybody else have a stove that just gets like absolutely disgusting? Like I just cleaned the stove on probably Tuesday. I usually clean it on Tuesday when my mom's here. And I haven't cooked that much since then. And yet so this is what we're going for. This is, I don't know when this is from because I don't put dates on it because it doesn't last that long, but it's just a chicken packed in water. It gets canned and then I can just stick it in the pantry until I need it. And one of these will last a dog like 3 days maybe. You know, open it, take some out, put it in the refrigerator, and he's a go with that. And look, these are the pickles I grew. I grew the cucumbers and turned them into pickles. They're so mushy. I was told by several people that this was a very good, this is I think it's a Dar cucumber, D-A-R, that it was like a really good cucumber for pickling. No, they're complete mush. I should have thrown these out and put chicken in the jars. And there's some carrots I did for my mom, which are way, way, way too vinegary. Like they are so tart, like just like warhead hot, not hot, warhead tart. And I have about 75 things of banana peppers that are pickled. All right, those are. Do I want to do those again? I feel okay. All right. Y'all, I ate so much watermelon this year and this summer and so many strawberries that when my eyes are bothering me, I went for an allergy test and the woman was like, "Has anything changed in your eating or like, soaps or anything like that?" And I was like, "Well, I eat about 3 watermelons a week and I eat about 25 pounds of strawberries a week." And she was like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I do. That's why I'm so skinny. Get over it." But I kept telling my mom, I was like, "I should do pickled watermelon rind." And she was like, "You don't need to do all of that. You don't have to heat your." I don't know if y'all can see it over there. Ugh. Oh wait, this is about to fall. I gotta throw that Crisco. Does anybody use Crisco to It's over here. Crisco to season cast iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't have to warm up canning lids anymore, but I still like to. Especially when I'm going to be pressure canning something. Okay, everything's just falling out all over the place. Cool. Ow! Well, I know like they sell like special seasoning little things, and I was using. Most of the time, I'm using something where I don't actually have to reseat. Like if I cook like bacon or something, and then I fry eggs, I don't wash the pan. I'll just like rinse it out, and then use the leftover grease that's in there to like season it around. But I had to re-season one of my pans because it got I don't know what something got like stuck on the sides and I could not get it out, so I had to like strip the pan and then start over from the beginning. And I started using the Crisco, and I was like, okay, well, I know must have wide mouth rings over here somewhere. But yeah, I had a thing of Crisco, and I've been through. I don't know how many ounces that is. But when I went to the store, I needed more, and I just bought lard. I was just like, let me just use this. Because oh my God, why is everything so hot today? Is it because I microwaved this water for like 4 minutes? I love my cast iron. I got tired of like buying nonstick pans that, first of all, they still stuck, and then in 6 months I'd have to buy another one. So when I got all my grandma's cast iron, I was like, we're gonna make the switch here. Oh my God, that is so hot. Holy crap. Also read that if you have low iron levels, which I do, I'm slightly anemic. Where did this come from? I was just looking for a ring, and there's one right here. Oh, Lord. Which is this a roots and no? That's a ball jar. Sometimes these rings, they're supposed to be universal, but sometimes they don't. I have jars from Tractor Supply, and the rings don't like to go on there. Is this one right here? No, this is a ball. Okay. This is a... What is this? Golden Harvest? I don't even think they make those anymore. This is I don't know if y'all can see that on there. The Roots and Preserves, is that what it's called? Hate the jars, hate the lids, hate the bands. Okay, so 5 of these will go right in my canner. They will can for 75 minutes. And then it'll take like an hour for them to come out of pressure, and then I'll put the other 5 in. So, oh good, it's already like 4:30. So this will be 4:30, 8:30 before I'm done. Oh my God, business, you're not worth all of this. All right, guys, my canner is set up in the other room, so I'm gonna go do that. Thanks for hanging out with me. It definitely did not feel like this took an hour and 8 minutes to pick all of this chicken business. Look at him. He's like, what are you talking to me about? Why are you bothering me? I'll show you business, but the house is way too messy. All right, guys, I'm gonna go do that, and I should have a video. There's a Halloween thing that I really want to do, so it might be enough to get me to clean off the table. I don't know. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Pop back up. Oh, come on. And if not, maybe I'll come on live and we'll do something else. As fun as this was. I mean, it was fun talking to y'all, but I know it's not like riveting content. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye. Yes, I'm sure I want to end the live stream.